Hello to my fellow otaku! Okay, that's kinda douchey. I've only watched a few animes and I'm already asserting my authority as an otaku. I can't even say it. This is a quick little anime review. I mean, I say quick, but I want it to be quick. Hopefully you don't look down there and it's like over a quarter of an hour. The reason I wanted to do a review of something that is airing is I'm thinking of doing episode reviews because I think I'm more tuned to that. I like including spoilers when I talk about stuff, and I like discussing it as opposed to just saying what it is and then saying 2 stars. But I figured I might as well give you a little bit of a preview as to what I kind of think of the show before I review it, so then you can have an idea of why I might say certain things. So there are 2 ones that I'm trying to do, but the first one, the one that I'm addressing today, is Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online is a pretty good anime, and it has only been running for a few weeks. They've only just released the 11th episode a few days ago, and I don't know, it's pretty good, and that's why I want to do some episode reviews. And I guess you could say Sword Art Online is a world that you can lose yourself in. Sadly, the developer of this game decided to take my pun very literally, and decides to have a little bug. Sadly, the developer of this game decided to take my pun very literally, and decides to have a little bug. Sadly, the aforementioned bug is the now lack of ability to log out of Sword Art Online. Also, thanks to their Nerve Gear helmet, they cannot remove their helmets, and were a family member or a friend try to remove it, there are little microwave emitters that will kind of fry your brain. Also, if the avatar dies in the game, this will trigger another very similar jelly in the microwave style scenario killing. And thus the 10,000 members who are foolish enough to buy this game because it would look so fun have been forced on a quest to go out into the wide world of Sword Art Online and defeat the 100 bosses to be given the option to leave. Now, in terms of story, I don't know, it's got somewhat of a progression, but it's not really a fluid kind of story. But there are so many time skips, and some of them are so long. I mean, like within the first 10 episodes or so, 2 years have passed between the first episode and the 10th episode from the start of this whole game to 70 floors later. Before you start hating on me being like, oh, but they had to rush the thing, I understand that the whole light novel kind of thing and that whole situation happened, and I understand that, but it's still a bit weird. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about the light novel of which this anime is based on. This light novel, it was entered into a competition, and I think there was a word length or a page length or something, and as a result they had to chop some of the less dramatic bits out so it could actually fit into the word limit. And as a result we've got an anime that's kind of missing a few parts. It's not a sense in the sense of there is a complete lack of plot. But one of the things that really annoys me is at times it really feels like they're pushing a big reset button. There are characters that the other characters already know and we're like, who the hell are these people? There are characters that disappear completely. There are characters that kind of come in and you think they're a main character and then they only just sort of come back in a little episode. And there are relationships that get really rushed and they get really good really quickly, or they completely break down really quickly and you're just like, what the hell? Perfect example of one that pops up quickly is Kirito and Asuna. That's how you pronounce it. Whilst they were chummy in a couple of episodes, and I found it really cute the way that Asuna kind of calmed down and relaxed a bit when he was around Kirito instead of being all uptight and bossy. And I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense, because even though the relationship obviously has strengthened over the year or so that has passed between the 2 episodes, the only thing we see is, oh, they look kind of cute together. Married? And there hasn't really been enough time to get kind of a grip on the characters. I mean, even if you look at Kirito, he's like, I'm a solo player, which is like the video game equivalent, I guess, of saying, I'm a loner. But there's almost no showing that he is a loner. There is maybe a minute or two at the end of the first episode, maybe the last 5 minutes of like the fourth or third episode, in which the people die. I'm not going to say who. But in every other circumstance, he's not really a loner. He is I mean, this is a harem. I mean, he's just like the, I'm so alone. And then it's just like a chick is just like, the chick's like, I love you. And just like, it doesn't work. The thing that I think really holds the majority of what people like in this anime, and myself included, I'm not gonna just like assume that everybody fucking hates this, but I think the main draw of this is honestly the video game kind of world. Because I mean, it's essentially like a medieval thing. It's just like your standard kind of medieval thing, except like you've got like these menus that like pop up when people go like this, like ooh, click 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 click. And it kind of gets a good grasp of what probably this online world would probably be. Like, admittedly, you don't have like all the trolls and you don't have all the hacksaws and stuff like that, but you've got, as a general rule, like a fairly good kind of grasp. There are people who just do it to be complete assholes. There are people who will do it to make friends, make lovers. It's all a big metaphor for people being crazy, playing WoW and stuff. And it does always ask, like, the good question. Like, I mean, if you could live in this video game world, would you? I mean, I personally think that I probably would, because I'm not a complete, like, WoW nut or anything, but if you're kind of in this thing where it is, for all intents and purposes, real, that would be awesome. Because then, like, all you have to do is, like, beat the 100th boss and stuff. I mean, I don't mean it like, oh, it's so easy. But I mean, like, there wouldn't be all this kind of random crap drama stuff. You'd still have murders and stuff, but I don't know, I guess life would be a bit simpler. I mean, I don't think this thing is completely great. Like, I don't think it solely stands on the fact that it's in a video game world. Like, I kind of like the development. And I know that it's choppy, but the thing is, and I'm completely backflipping on what I'm saying, I think when it comes to this is the kind of anime that I'm waiting for the second season for. I'm enjoying the first season, and I'm constantly thinking, oh, is the next one actually going to be a continuation, or is it going to be another time skip? I'm hoping that it'll be a continuation, and I'm hoping that it'll be better, and I'm hoping that we'll see Kirito being lonely or something. I hope that blah, 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 blah. But anyway, I kind of see this and I kind of go, oh, I hope the next one's going to be good, and oh, I hope the next season's going to be good, and that kind of stuff. And it's, I don't know, I guess I want to keep watching it because it is pretty enjoyable. And yeah, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep watching it, and I'm going to send you off my reviews as the episodes are released. In terms of updates, I'm also going to be doing Young Justice episode reviews when Satisfaction comes out. I believe it is in 2 weeks, and it's kind of sad because they're both on Saturday. I'm going to have Sword Art Online and Young Justice reviews on Saturday. Exams are also in a month and a bit. They start, I've actually got them bunched together, so I think it's like the 3rd through to the 8th, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, and I've probably already spent a quarter of an hour trying to say it. So please subscribe, please like, please comment, and I will see you guys on SAOturday. Get it? It's a lot funnier when it's written down. Get it? Because it's Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online. Okay, bye.